Hello, and welcome to RIME Entertainment Showcase with your host, Rita and Mel.
Hi everyone, and welcome to December's edition of RIME Entertainment Showcase.
Woo! We're finally back after, how long has it been?
2 months.
2 months.
So where have we been? We went to Mauritius again. We had a little
Paris.
trip to Paris. Yeah, that was nice. And I went to Turkey for about a good week. So
We've been
Yeah.
travelling.
we've been busy. So so hence why you've not really seen us. However, this month we've got a really good show just to end off this year.
Yeah, it's a fantastic show. Our special guest of the month is Karyn Holt. Karyn is a body and sexual confidence coach, and she's gone through a lot in her life, and she'll talk about how she's got through all the emotional pain that she's been through, and also give you tips, and some great tips. It's such a great interview, giving you tips on body confidence, sexual confidence, and being a woman, and how to love yourself. And it's just a great interview, so you're going to enjoy it. Hi, and welcome to our interview segment with our special guest of the month, who is Karyn Holt. Karyn is a body and sexual confidence coach. So we're going to have an interesting chat for all you ladies out there who feel you need that confidence and that boost today. So Karyn, welcome to our show.
Welcome to RIME Entertainment Showcase.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for inviting me. I feel very privileged and honoured. So yeah, looking forward to the chat.
Brilliant. It's a pleasure to have you. So your mission in life is to help 1,000 women over the next 12 months accept, love their bodies, and just exude body confidence. So can you tell us a bit about this and why this is your mission?
Yes, I mean, I'm 48 and I have been my biggest body shamer and body critic for 40 plus years. I've done all the diets, all the exercises, you name it, I've tried it. And even when I was 8 stone, sort of a size 6, still wasn't happy. And I think we are being pushed by social media and the media to all look a certain way, certain size, certain sort of physique, and we're all unique people, so that includes our bodies. And we're made to feel bad. Women are very good at hating their tummies, particularly if you've had a baby, then you have the stretch marks and everybody's like, oh, I hate the stretch marks. But we've been through an amazing experience, something that only women go through. And instead of hating it, we should be going, do you know what? I've created life. And my body is truly amazing, because our bodies are amazing. It's what keeps us alive. If they didn't work, basically none of us would be able to do anything that fills us with passion. We wouldn't be able to go to work or have relationships and things like that. So for me, I want to change people's perceptions that it's okay to look like you are at the moment. May not be where you want to be. You may want to shed a few pounds, or I don't know, tone up a little bit, but it's okay. And once you accept and love your body, then you automatically want to start doing whatever exercise suits you, because we're not all gym buddies. I'm certainly not. And you want to eat properly because you want to love and nourish your body. So, that's just my main drivers. It's just 40 years of hell that I put myself through. And one morning I just woke up and said, this has to stop. It's just really got to stop. So yes, that's my why. That's why I'm so super passionate about it. we need to be creating positive role models for our children. There was a survey done March this year by the Mental Health Foundation, and they surveyed just over 1,100 11 to 18 year olds, and 40% of those young people are already worrying about how they look. And that scares me massively.
And I think also in terms of social media as well, you know, these young girls are looking at women who, you know, there's filters, there's all kinds of things, and there's professional makeup artists who are doing their, you know, their makeup for them, but yet they compare and they feel they have to live up to that expectation.
Yes, absolutely. You've got, you know, sort of Photoshop, you've got the filters, you've got plastic surgery. So these are all, and you know, either photo or medically enhanced women. They're not real women. And I know there's quite a few ladies that are campaigning now for the Be Real campaign, you know, to change your perceptions. And we should be standing up for ourselves, going, do you know, I am beautiful just as I am. This is who I am.
No, absolutely. That's a really good thing to kind of promote. And again, you know, we're talking about filters, and then just saying that even if you've got celebrities, they have professional makeup artists with them all the time. We're not always going to have the, you know, the really correct eyebrows or, you know, everything as we've done. We can try our best to kind of use the skills that we've got, but even so, I mean, they've got that with them, and we shouldn't be expecting to look like $1 million every single day, but we can look $1 million by being comfortable within our own skin.
Absolutely. And you know, they have the money, so they can have the personal trainers, they can have people come and cook their food, they've got people looking after their children, and you know, they don't have our kind of day-to-day lives. You know, they are the minority, but everybody is striving to be like them rather than accepting and saying, I love Celeste Barber. I think she's so funny. I don't know if you've seen her, the Australian comedian. And she does a lot of, she takes, she pokes fun at celebrities that do really silly photos and videos. And she, you know, she's a mum. She's not skinny. She's not this. She's putting it out there and just making them look silly. We need to be doing more of that, and I don't, you know, ladies of any age should never be ashamed of how they look. I'm 48, I still wear bikinis, you know, I'm not super stick thin or anything like that. I'm just comfortable. I don't like that. So, you know,
Why not?
Exactly. But you know, sometimes you go on holiday and you're looking around, or you know, people are saying before you go on holiday, why are you buying that? I used to have comments when I wore a mini skirt to work. I mean, I'd have like a polo neck jumper on and long boots. But, oh, that's a bit short. Or if you've got a blouse on and you can see a little bit of cleavage, I mean, I'm blessed to have big boobs. Oh, that's a bit low cut. And no, I'm not showing anything.
Judgments for no reason.
Yes, absolutely. And for me, as women, we need to be empowering each other. I see a lot of women shaming other women for how they look. But when real women support other real women and go, do you know what, you look amazing, or I love that colour, or your hair looks fantastic today. As you say, I don't do kind of full face makeup every single day, but I do it quite a lot. I don't go out. Go an Audi, but it makes me feel good, and it's about embracing what makes you feel good.
And I think also it's about making the most out of who you are as well, and loving those points. So obviously, you know, you want to put makeup on and you know, add that extra little bit of colour for maybe one day, and maybe one day you don't want to, and you're just like, you know what, I just want to be no makeup and still love who I am, because it's all about the inside. So, you know, your mission, I think, is definitely going to help a lot of women out there for sure.
Definitely.
Thank you, appreciate that.
So, on to our next question. So, you've gone through your own personal journey, battling, obviously, like you've mentioned before, with body and sexual confidence. There was a terrible incident that you experienced at the age of 18. Are you able to share that with us and the listeners and viewers of the show, and how you know, how did you overcome it, and how, you know, is it still an ongoing thing that you're dealing with today?
Yes. So, yeah, I've had a very interesting life, full stop. But I was indecently assaulted at 13. So that kind of really started to set things going in my mind. But unfortunately, at 18, I was raped. But I wasn't raped by a stranger, and it wasn't violent. Again, you know, people think if you say, "Oh, I'm raped," it's some sort of vicious attack on the street. A lot of people who suffer with rape are actually, it's by their partner who disregards them saying no. So that happened to me, and I went into a 10-year period of hating myself, hurting, thinking it was my fault, being a victim. So I would not self-harm, but I would sort of scratch my forearms to kind of release pain and anger. I know sort of self-mutilation is quite a big thing now with young girls, and we really need to work with them to stop them doing that. My daughter's done that. She's 20 now, and she hates her scars now. She's like, "Mum, I wish I'd never done that." But I hope we don't give people that outlet. Anyway, it took me 10 years of being a very not nice person, I have to say, because I went very angry and aggressive. I was very angry with this person. I managed to escape that relationship, and then got into another relationship, and that poor bloke had to put it with some really bad things. I was so demanding. I wanted attention all the time. I thought I should be the centre of attention, the focus, because it was like I was crying out to be loved. Sexually, I couldn't have sex at all. It's probably 3 years. And at that time in my life, I was quite naive and, I don't know, vanilla, I guess is a good word, that everybody can relate to. But yes, I didn't like it if I found out he'd been masturbating, or I couldn't do anything to do with sex at all. And it wasn't until I spoke to my GP when I was 27 and sort of it came out. So she referred me to see a sex therapist. And I had to learn how to have things inside me, because I just got this fear of pain. So yeah, and then I just completely changed my mindset about it. I just decided that if I continued to be a victim, my life wasn't going to get any better, and only I could change that. You know, I didn't go to the police. I didn't tell anybody for a long time, and I had to stop that, because for me, we're really great at not expressing when bad things happen to us, and we can't then help other people that go through it. So I held it in for so many years, couldn't explain to anybody why I was being completely irrational and, you know, complete diva. It was awful. I look back now and I'm like, oh my God, thank God I'm not anything like that now. But yeah, so that took me a very, very long time. I didn't actually have my first orgasm until I was in my 30s. And yeah, and then I went a bit delinquent in my mid-30s, and I met somebody, and yeah, that's kind of when sex really opened up for me, and I really began to enjoy it for what it is. You know, we all have different meanings attached to sex. Some people are very overtly sexual and they really enjoy it, and they're not ashamed to share that. Many women are quite like this, they won't talk about it unless
it's like, who, me?
I don't stay nice, and then it all sort of slips out on girls' night and things. Women are not great at that. You know, guys will go and stand in the pub going, oh yeah, guess what I did with this bird at the weekend. We do that. It's very rare.
Definitely.
We seem to think it's some sort of taboo subject, and I think again it's a historical thing.
Yeah.
Guys can go out and I think it still applies today actually, where men can go out and sleep with lots of women, and for them it's like yes, I'm a man. A woman does that because she enjoys sex, and she is absolutely berated by men and women, and for me that's completely
terrible, isn't it?
So that's kind of my sexual journey, I guess. It started out not great. It took me a very, very long time to get over it. And all I say to anybody that's listening that's potentially been through something like that hasn't shared it with somebody, please talk to somebody, and it helps. It really, really helps, because then you can start to find ways of moving forwards with it. You don't have to live with it all your life. You don't.
Yeah. And I think one of the great things is you overcame it because you made that decision, and I think that's the poignant message that I definitely gained from that. It's that decision within you of not staying a victim to your past, really, and as painful and as traumatic as it was, you decided, no, I'm not going to give up on me, and I'm not going to give up on my sex life as well, because it'd be so easy just to shut that side of you off. There's so many women out there who are living not having sex and are really content, but that's a part of your life, and you still explore it. It's still it's a fun area for you, but it's so easy to shut that off. And I think that's the beautiful message here. It's that you can be all woman. It's just a necessary step, as you said. First of all, opening up about it and not being feeling that you should hold back, and then second, wanting to go on and live your life and enjoy the blessings of that sex relationships can give you.
Absolutely. I think it's linked to shame and guilt. I've had that for a long time, and that keeps you in victim sort of mentality, because you're just full of shame and full of guilt, so you just keep playing the victim. You keep feeling affected by it. But I just woke up one day, I don't know what it is with me, I'm waking up one morning. So I just thought, does he actually ever think about it or think about me? No, of course he doesn't. Does he care that I'm still suffering? Who's the only person that's suffering here? Oh, that'll be me. And I missed out on 10 years of my life because I've given that to somebody else. I've placed my happiness in somebody else's hands, and I took the control back, and that's the difference. And that's when you switch from victim to survivor, and then you go from survivor to warrior, because you go. I think you go through 3 phases.
That's it, absolutely. Definitely. I think just hearing this for so many women that may not have experienced, of course, what you experienced at such a young age, but it's still empowering for women to hear that you don't have to be your past relationships victim or incidents that have happened. You can really take control. So thank you so much for sharing that with us, and of course the listeners and viewers that are going to be watching the show. Again, it is a very it's such a inspirational result from again
such a negative.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, we all have bad situations happen. And you can play the victim. It doesn't have to be something quite as horrid as you've said. But if you keep playing the victim, you're staying in that mentality. You cannot move forwards. And only you can make that change. I know some people that are quite happy still playing a victim to whatever is going on in their life. And that's fine. But they're very negative. And then it's like, you need to kind of move out of my space now, because they just... I saw the rotten fruit photo again yesterday on social media, and it's very true. You have one person like that, and it starts to affect everybody around.
Definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
So continuing on from that, I mean, there are a lot of women who are probably watching and listening to the show who lack confidence, who feel that they're, you know, they've lost that sexiness, especially as us women grow older. We tend to feel, if we're not in a relationship, or sorry, there's motorcycles going past. But if you know that you kind of like, as you get older, you think, oh, you know, I don't need to be as sexy, or I'm not as sexy because my body's changed and everything. What would you say to those women who are feeling quite vulnerable and lacking that confidence sexually?
Okay, so for me, I've kind of got sort of more brave and bold as I've got older, and I did burlesque in my early 40s.
Wow.
And I would recommend burlesque to any lady, and particularly if you're suffering with confidence. You don't have to go and do shows, you don't have to go and take all your clothes off in front of hundreds of people. It took me 2 years to get to that stage, but you know what, that was I still remember that buzz that I got just from hearing 250 people enjoying dance routine, because burlesque isn't striptease. Well, it is, but it's in a nice way, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But even if you just join and go to classes, because it teaches you how to walk and dance and move. You know, guys appreciate a woman who can walk with an air of confidence. I'm not saying, you know, you stick your nose in the air and it's like I'm better than everybody else. It's just that self-confidence. Underwear is a critical thing, in my opinion. You know, we generally reach for the Bridget Jones pants and the nice nude bras. Oh my lord, whoever came up with nude bras needs shooting. I think they must be that and body shaping stuff.
Yeah.
Why? You know.
It's not attractive.
No, it isn't. No, and it just takes me back to Bridget Jones, the first film, when she's got the belly pants on and she's
I know.
like, oh my god. You know, if you have to do things like that, the thing is, when you take it off, you've still got the same body.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and you've still got to love that body when you
That's
take
inside it. Yeah,
definitely.
So, you know, don't save your nice underwear for when you're going out, or, you know, if you've got a date or you've got date night with your partner, wear it every single day. You know, tights have their place, but go for stockings and hold-ups, because they are very feminine and they make you feel good. Nobody needs to know you're wearing them. You don't have to go around and go, oh look, I'm wearing hold-ups.
Around with your skirt up all the time.
we don't want to do that.
But, you know, again, tights, they're not attractive. Not for us either, because again, they dig in. But when you put on, I don't know, if I always say to people, think about your happiest memories. So if you've got a time when you put on, you know, amazing underwear and a beautiful dress, and you went to an amazing night, and your hair was perfect and your makeup was amazing, how did that make you feel? Then think of that memory and then grab that feeling every single morning. Every day I I wake up and I say, thank you, universe, for, you know, allowing me to wake up today, because I'm grateful to be alive. I get up, I look at myself in the mirror and I go, damn girl, you're looking good today. I live by myself, it's fine. But I tell myself what I need to hear, because my mind responds to my words. I've got no agenda. You know, somebody else can pay me a compliment, particularly if it's a man. In my case, obviously I'm heterosexual, but if a guy pays me a compliment, my mind automatically goes, what does he want? Why is he saying that? Where's this going? But when you say it, your words are so much more powerful than anybody else's. So I always say, you know, think of the things, think of the one part that you really seriously don't like. So for most women, I would say it's your tummy area. Seems to be the general consensus. Say, I love my stomach, you know, it's giving me a baby, or it processes my food properly, you know, and it looks amazing. And talk to your image in the mirror as if it's the body that you want. You know, so if you want to have, I don't know, ripped and six-pack of abs and God knows what else, I don't. I'm a very curvy woman, but if that's what you want, talk as if you've got that. Because you're programming your mind then to say, this is what I want to work towards, and then you'll start to change your patterns and behaviours. So yeah, for me it's that, and just believe in yourself. You know, body confidence, sexual confidence is very much linked to self-esteem. And when you don't feel great about yourself and your body, it's, you know, you've got this huge weight on your shoulders. When you finally just go, guys, this is me. And as I say, it has taken me 40 years to get to this point, so I appreciate it's not easy. But when you believe in yourself and you like what you see in the mirror, then it just emanates out of you. It really does. And I always smile as well. First thing in the morning, I always smile at myself. You know, it just changes your face. It makes you glow. You look happy, and it actually does start to improve your mood and things, because obviously happy hormones start going, don't they? 'Cause it's like, putting a smile.
Absolutely. It's funny because yesterday, so I was surfing on Instagram. Did I say surfing on Instagram? No, browsing. So Nikki Bella, who you may have heard of, she's a retired wrestler now, and she shared this on her Instagram, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful. So it says, I deserve to feel respected, trusted and loved. I deserve to be loved for all of the hard work I do every day in the pursuit of health. I deserve to be nurtured and cared for, not punished for responding to how you care for me. I deserve to be spoken to with kind words. I deserve to be respected, trusted and loved by you. XOXO, your body.
Yes, absolutely.
And I saw that yesterday, and I've just been sharing it everywhere now. But I just thought, from what we're discussing now, I thought that was just a perfect, a perfect quote, or even small poem that I think we should really, all of us should really live by.
Definitely. I mean, I shared a post a couple of weeks ago on LinkedIn, I think it was, just saying, if your body is your partner, and you spoke to your partner how you speak to your body, how long would your partner stay around?
Yeah. It's true. Wow. Yeah, I love that.
So, you know, if you don't if your partner spoke to you how you speak to your body, how long would you stick around? It's all about your words. I'm very conscious of the words that I use now. I've studied hypnotherapy. I understand the mind a lot better. But I used to say awful things about myself in front of my young daughter, and I've seen what I've reaped the benefits of what I sowed in her mind. You know, I'd stand there as a size 12 going, oh my God, I'm so fat and ugly. Nothing wrong with me. And yet my daughter's picking up on that to say, I have to be slim to be attractive. That's my daughter.
Yeah, you don't know the impact that you're having.
Exactly.
It's funny when you were talking about the underwear and, you know, wearing nice underwear. It made me think back to when I was working in 9 to 5, and we were always joking about, I remember a couple of ladies were always saying, oh, you've got to wear nice underwear no matter what, not just regardless of whether you're in a relationship or not. They're saying, because in case you have an accident, you know, if they have to undress you, you want to still look good. And that was always that. And I thought to myself, well, yeah, that's true as well. But, you know, at the same sense, if that's what motivates you to wear nice underwear,
I hope not to get into an accident. But
I mean, it's a negative with a positive in a sense. But it just brought that memory back to me. But it was nice to know that women still thought about, okay, I need to look good underneath as well as out and appreciate my body as well. So definitely that just came to my mind, and just I thought I'd share that.
No, well, my grandmother always used to say to me, make sure you've got decent knickers on, just in case, you know, you have to ever get sort of collected by an ambulance or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But, you know, as I say, for me, it's about finding the things. Every woman knows what she likes. So for some women, it's go and get your hair done, your nails done, manicure, pedicure, whatever. I don't know, down to the gym. whatever it is that makes you happy, do those things. But also, if you're struggling and having a really bad day, and we all have them, you know, don't get me wrong, I still have days where I get up and I go, yeah, you look great, and then I look and I go, okay. But I catch myself doing it now. But hold on to those memories and that feeling, because it's the feeling that we're trying to recreate all the time. But I know a lot of women, as we get older as well, we generally kind of lose interest in sex as well. And again, it's because, as you sort of said earlier, we're getting older, our bodies have changed shape. Well, chances are our partners' bodies have changed shape as well. So, you know, let's kind of just put it into a bit of perspective. We're not great at seeing ourselves as everybody else sees us. I'm not body dysmorphic, but I don't see what other people see. I see a bigger version of me, because that's what my mind is used to showing me when I look in the mirror. And I say to women, track, you know, if you're changing shape, if you're exercising or eating healthy, take photos, same time, same day, so many weeks apart, because then you can see the differences. I know women that have lost, you know, significant amount of weight, and they are on the slim side now, and they keep saying, yes, but I've still got a long way to go. No, we haven't. They look fine, and if they go any further, they're going to look ill.
Exactly.
You know, so I always say to ladies, keep a track using a camera, because your mind doesn't show you what everybody else sees. It's not showing you reality. Your mind is creating that picture in your head.
Very true.
Okay. So next, do you want to? Okay.
I mean, what's your 3 tips for women out there that you would give them in terms of just growing older and appreciating who they are still as they grow older? Because as we've just discussed, a lot of us women, we start to see the little extra bumps, we start to see the extra lines on our forehead, you know, and it's like, oh, we focus on that. What 3 tips would you give to women who are going through that stage?
So firstly, I don't use any anti-wrinkle stuff at all, because we don't drink enough water, and I know this is kind of not a confidence thing, but when you drink water, it hydrates your skin, so it changes your complexion. So drinking water, I'm sorry ladies, I'm banging the drum. The second thing is, you know, we are being, again, programmed to not age. Why? Actually, as we get older, I have to say, my 40s have been my best decade. I'm going to be 50 in December. I've got to that unique stage in my life now where I won't swear, but I don't give an F what other people think about me. I've got life experience, and I've been through some really horrendous stuff in the last 2 years as well. And I've been to some very, very dark places and done some very silly things to myself. And that, I think, was, I had to hit the rock bottom to then start my ascension, really. But, you know, you are a beautiful, stunning woman. We shouldn't be having to dye our hair and be afraid of grey hairs, or having laughter lines, as I call them. Expression lines on a face mean you've lived and you've enjoyed life. You know, I don't want to look like somebody's just kind of pulled my face backwards.
There's no movement.
Don't feel either that you have to go down the route of, you know, buying what I call old women clothing either. If it doesn't fit you, be flamboyant, wear colour. I know I'm wearing black at the moment, but, you know, I have a lot of colour in my wardrobe. Brighten your wardrobe up. Even if you wear black, use some really strong, striking colours. I love black and red. But, you know, brighten your wardrobe up. Take pride in yourself. You know, sometimes it's very easy as we get older to just kind of let ourselves go. Horrible thing to say, but it's true. If you don't take care of yourself and you don't love yourself, why would anybody else? And don't quit sex. There's this myth that, you know, when you've been through the menopause, all these terrible things happen and you suffer with vaginal dryness, and we've all seen the adverts.
Oh gosh, yeah, we're inundated with it.
Exactly. You know, if it's not vaginal dryness, it's get your life insurance sorted out or pay you. Like,
or leaking problems or something.
Exactly. But again, you know, they don't have to be issues. Do your Kegel exercises. You know, have more sex, and the more sex you have, the better your lubrication. Because it's a natural thing. And again, when you have more sex, it makes you feel good. Sex is so amazing for your body. It can help protect against cancers and heart disease, and orgasms are just, well, as we know, amazing anyway. You know, don't be shy. Don't just think, oh, well, you know, I'm 50 or I'm 60 or, you know, everything's got to stop. And if your partner is having problems, you know, unfortunately, guys get affected in different ways. But bring role play into the equation, or introduce, you know, I'm not talking hardcore toys or anything like that, but introduce playful elements into your relationship. Go to a hotel, pretend you're strangers, meet in a bar, and then just go and have, you know, lots of hot sex in the hotel room all night. Things that keep the spice going. You know, you're a long time down, sex is there to be enjoyed. And it's good for changing up your mood if you're suffering with depression, or you're stressed, or, you know, you're having problems with sleep. You know, it's a really good way for the body to level itself. But, you know, at the end of the day, it feels amazing. And if you're single, there's nothing wrong with sex toys. You know, sorry, I'm a big advocate for them as well. And you make time to please yourself, and it just keeps you going until, you know, you meet another nice person that you want to invite into your life and bedroom.
And then I guess also with exploring that side of things, you're also, you know what you like as well, so that you can bring something to the bedroom, not just letting the men take charge and deciding what position you're doing tonight, or, you know, what are we going to do tonight, kind of thing.
Definitely, because guys naturally, the majority of guys like to be in control. It's kind of the masculine energy. But I sort of had a conversation and did a live in my Facebook group with a guy saying, come on, tell me, how do guys see women in bed? Because we have this thing where we dread getting naked, you know, any bit that we don't think's perfect, it's like, oh, I've got to hide it. He said, you know, yes, men are very sensitive and they'll pick up if you're not feeling very confident. And then that starts to give them, like, mental problems in the fact that it's like, oh, what's wrong? Doesn't she want this? Have I done something wrong, said something wrong? We think that when we're having sex, guys are looking at all of our bits, you know, your boobs going this way, your belly's going sort of this way, and they're not interested. They don't even pay attention to that. For the majority of guys that I've spoken to, it's the, you know, sort of the Lady Gordon area, let's say, the love triangle. That's where they're focused. And they're also focused on whether they're actually doing it right. So, you know, I'm not a screamer when I have sex, but I do talk and I do sort of make noises, because same for women as well. We like to know we're doing the right thing. So if one partner is completely silent, you know, just carry on doing this.
It's a whole experience.
I'm getting bored now. I think I might just, you know,
go to sleep. Turn around and go to sleep.
But, you know, we get into a rut and we get into a routine, and particularly if you've been in a long-term relationship. Guys sometimes, certainly over a certain age, will start to suffer with, you know, perhaps erectile dysfunction maybe. But there's ways and means around it. There's lots of things you can do dietary-wise. Mackerel's amazing for libido. But he's still got hands and a tongue. You know, it's not all about the penis. And this is what guys need to realise, that they focus on that too much, and then they get stressed because they think, oh, well, the last few times we've done it, you know, I can't keep it up. And then they're thinking before they even start, oh, you know, this isn't going to work. Change that perception. Just go, actually, you know, I'm a rampant And it is the next day of, and this is going to be amazing, and I'm going to please her to the point where she's, you know, it's the best sex she's ever had. And it changes that mentality. And as women, if we've got partners that are suffering that way, we need to kind of reassure them.
Yeah.
Not saying be like disgusting porn stars or anything, but it's just reassuring them that what they're doing is actually pleasing you and feeling great. So
yeah, instead of sometimes some women will make it be about them. Oh, what's wrong with me? Why is it they can't perform?
Yeah,
because I
I'm
must
not
be doing
turning them
something,
on
or I'm
or
not.
something.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll turn. You know, us women, because we're emotional creatures, we have a habit of turning it on ourselves instead of
We're very
looking
good at that. Yeah.
to helping them and maybe finding an alternative way to get the pleasure for both.
yeah, absolutely. You know, I don't know many women that actually have orgasm just through penetrative sex. You know, it just doesn't work for the majority of us. We need some other stimulation. And we seem to put such a lot of focus on, you know, oh, it's got to be he's inside me, and then we both go. If it's not working, it doesn't mean to say that it has to not work.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
different way. And don't just do it on a Saturday night if that's a standard thing at 10 o'clock or whatever. You know,
Not in the diary.
you know, if you've got children and I don't know, you've got a sneaky couple of hours because they've gone off to the grandparents, you know, just get jiggy in the bedroom. And ladies, you know, if you are I don't know, like me, I'm a curvy woman, but my curves are quite ample. I just say to people, my body's an amusement park, and it's got the best ride going, you know. So just don't be ashamed of it. If somebody is going to judge me based on what size, how round my stomach is, how many stretch marks I've got, and suddenly like on the back of my thighs, then I'm sorry, he doesn't even get to see it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to judge some guy based on his beer guts and God knows what else, you know. So we've all got things that don't, you know, aren't perfect. And I guess, you know, for me, it's about accept your flaws. Forget the perfect bits, whatever perfect is, because it doesn't exist. But you love and accept the bits that you really don't like. That is when you make the massive step forwards, and you're like a new person.
Yeah.
Karen, I don't know about Mel, but definitely I could talk to you all
Forever.
day.
Yeah,
This
there's
is
so much.
really such a great topic, and there's so much
absolutely
in there for all women. But unfortunately, we do have to start coming to a close.
This.
We might have to get you back on the show.
I think so. Yeah, definitely.
Part two. But, do you have a final message for our viewers out there regarding what we've spoken about? Anything that you'd want to share with our viewers and listeners?
Yeah, just be yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Take the mask off. Be yourself. Love yourself. Accept the bits that aren't perfect, because it doesn't. Perfect doesn't exist. And you are a beautiful, unique human being, and that includes your body. So don't expect it to be driven and punished and starved and deprived into becoming something, because I can genuinely say, hands on heart, when you get there, still not happy because you're not in the issues inside. So deal with that, and everything else flows naturally.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Karyn. It's just been great having you on the show. I reckon we will need to do a part two at some point, because there's so much more we could talk about. But thank you again for being our special guest of the month.
Oh, you're welcome. No, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. That's great. And before you go, can you just share with our viewers and listeners where they can find more information about you and your services?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm on LinkedIn under my name, so you can find me that way. I've got a business page on Facebook called Made Flawsome, because it just means that you embrace your flaws and you're awesome anyway. So I thought that was just great. And I'm also on Instagram as K4RYN27.
Amazing.
We will definitely share
Absolutely
your links
Thank you. Thank you
Definitely.
so much. It's been great. Thank you.
Very much, Karyn, for being our guest, and it was a pleasure. You've given us some insight.
A lot of insight.
But yeah, and I'm sure, you know, if any viewers and listeners have any questions, by all means, and we have a demand for maybe a part 2, and then maybe we can actually
Get
look
you
at
back
that.
on
I
that
think
show,
we will
but
get you back on
I
the
think
show.
so.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's already I've got ideas for other shows that we can really tap into now. But that's great. Thanks again, Karyn. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, you're so welcome, and thank you very much for inviting me. It's been great, and great to get to know you and have a chat this afternoon.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back, everyone, to our final segment of the show. We realised that we didn't kind of mention why we're wearing these hats. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Yay!
Hence the Christmas tree.
Yeah, hence the hats. Yeah, so
And you're
again,
probably aware that it's Christmas.
probably. I don't know, it's everywhere. It's everywhere since October, so there you go.
But anyway, we do hope that you enjoyed that interview. Now, wasn't that a great interview? And if you enjoyed it as much as we did, and you want a part 2 to it, which I do feel it needs a part 2. We felt that.
Definitely. Yeah.
But what do you think? Are there any questions that you've got that you'd like us to ask Karyn in a part 2? Let us know, contact us, and we'll arrange that for 2020.
Absolutely. So, I mean, what else can we say? You know, we've learned as women how to embrace ourselves more. We definitely had fun interviewing Karyn and just generally having a chat. I don't even call it an interview. I think it was just a good discussion. Yeah. Also, we've just kind of learnt the kind of woes we go through as women, how we overcome them, and how we can just kind of better ourselves within each stage of our parts of our lives. So I think, if anything, you've been inspired. We were definitely inspired after that interview, and I mean, it's a great way to sign off the year.
Yeah, definitely. Positive note. And so we just want to wish you
A very Merry Christmas
and a happy
New Year.
No, I'm not going to sing because you'll just switch off.
Yeah.
So from the RIME sisters, thank you for joining us this year. We will be back in January, and we will have a show for you every month.
Every month.
That's our promise to you.
Unless we get busy travelling again. It's always a good thing.
But have a safe Christmas. Enjoy food, presents, and each other. And we'll see you in January.
Absolutely. Bye.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Stay tuned for more RIME Entertainment Showcase.